फुटबॉल आगे, हम उसके पीछे। लेट्स फुटबॉल।
Watch the Hero Indian Super League, 7 p.m.
मुझे इतना जानना है कि वकांडा हमारा दोस्त है या दुश्मन।
जवाब चाहिए तो आ जाओ।
A very good evening to you wherever you are watching, and welcome along to the Birsa Mundi Stadium in Rourkela for what is seen by many as the defining match in Pool D for top spot as England face hosts India. Well, it's an excitable sellout crowd here in this magnificent new stadium. The official capacity is 20,000, but you get the sense there may be a few more here tonight to watch this one. They really are providing and adding to what is already built or thought to by many as a huge spectacle. Just the two fixtures for you today, both are being played here a little earlier on. Spain got the better of Wales by 5-1. That is Spain's first win at the World Cup since the 9th of June 2014. So a big win for Max Caldas and his team, and it puts Spain right in the mix for Pool D. The top three, of course, go through to the knockout stages. Well, the pressure on Harmanpreet and Sam Ward. Can both of those or either of those deliver from penalty corners? We'll have to wait and see. Well, let's have a look at the top scorers, and well, it looks like this. Tom Craig and Jeremy Hayward, they lead the way after their respective hat-tricks on day one. Liam Ansell and Sam Kihar both have 2, and then there are 22 players with 1 goal to their name. When it comes to head-to-head between these two, and they are historically very close games. Since their first official meeting back in 1975 at the World Cup, which India won by 2-1, they've met 32 times. India have won 12, England 11 with 9 draws. England have won the last 4 World Cup meetings, while India are undefeated in the last 4 meetings between these two sides in other competitions.
The digital broadcast of the FIH Odisha Hockey Men's World Cup is brought to you by Kajaria.
अहमियत इस बात की नहीं कि आप किन बुलंदियों पर हैं, बल्कि इस बात की है कि यहां पहुंचने का हौसला किससे मिला। देश की मिट्टी से। कजारिया, देश की मिट्टी से बनी टाइल से देश को बनाते हैं।
I need to know if Wakanda is an ally or an enemy.
You can come and find out. तुम्हें जहाँ तक पढ़ना था उन्होंने पढ़ाया।
मुझे बीएससी एंथ्रोपोलॉजी पढ़नी है।
उसका फैसला तुम नहीं करोगी, समझ गई?
मुझे पढ़ाई करनी है।
बहुत हो गई तेरी पढ़ाई।
तुम्हारी कौन सी इच्छा को उन्होंने पूरा नहीं किया, बताओ।
इससे पहले कि यह खबर फैल जाए, इसकी शादी करा दो।
इसके लिए लड़का देखना शुरू कर दो।
तुम मुझे पसंद करती हो?
आइंदा मुझसे पूछे बिना कितनी बार का ये फालतू की चीजें बताएं। कितने रुपए की वॉच है? तुमसे 1000 बार कह चुका हूँ।
हमने तुम्हारे लिए क्या नहीं किया, बोलो।
तू अच्छी है ना?
लोगों का अच्छा टाइम नहीं टिकता, अपना बुरा टाइम कितना टिकेगा।
किधर जा रहे हैं?
औकात के बाहर।
समझ में नहीं आ रहा। ये वरदान है या श्राप?
ऐसे नहीं जानवर जंगल से बाहर आ जाते। अगर अपनी पे आ जाए तो ना इंसान रुकता है ना जानवर, और ये तो दोनों है।
Of Australia on the right. The quiet before the storm. The crowd waits. There is David Ames, the captain of England, and here they come. Harmanpreet on the left, David Ames on the right. A huge game for many reasons, but if there is to be a winner, then that side will be guaranteed a spot in the knockout stages. Even a loss, which disappointing, isn't the end of the world. Just a point from the last game would be enough to go through in that instance. So what a view that is, as the volume and the excitement mounts with the pre-match guest and the presentation, the Honourable Shri Justice Ajit Singh Lokayakutta, accompanied by Shri Tayyab Ikram, the President of the International Hockey Federation, in the middle in the dark suit, and on the near side, Shri Rolanath Singh, Secretary General of Hockey India, accompanied by Commander R.K. Shrivastava, the Executive Director of Hockey India. So now that the teams have been presented to the dignitaries, time for the national anthems of both countries, and we will start with that of England.
Please stand for the national anthem of England. And please remain standing for the national anthem of India. आप सभी से अनुरोध है भारत के राष्ट्रगान को सब साथ मिलकर गाएं।
आपण समस्त को अनुरोध भारतर राष्ट्रगान मिसिकी गांतो।
It's the Ralkela roar that greets the Indian national anthem. And as the two teams did the high fives, it's going to be fascinating to see how both cope with the pressure that this crowd will bring. Yes, India will have them behind them, but this crowd, if it doesn't go India's way, could get on their team's back. It's going to be fascinating to see how this one pans out. So let's have a look at the team news. England starts with Ollie Payne in goal. Harry Martin and David Condon are the two players in the 18 that faced India in the last World Cup meeting between these two back in 2014 in The Hague. Liam Ansell had a couple of goals against Wales from penalty corners, and he adds to that here tonight. As for India, Well, they're going to start with Srijesh in goal. Number 7, Manpreet, is the most capped player in the squad with 315 matches under his belt. While number 27, Akashdeep, and number 11, Mandeep, have been regular scorer for India's over the years. All 4 played in the last World Cup meeting between these two back in The Hague. Number 13 and skipper Harmanpreet is one of the best exponents for the penalty corner drag flick, and he could be key this evening. Penalty corners have been key in this fixture over the last couple of years. In the 2 Pro League matches between the two in April last year, 15 goals were scored, only 2 from open play. Here is the head coach of England, Paul Revington. Took over just before the Commonwealth Games, and he's up against Graham Reid, the Australian, who is charged with trying to bring India their first World Cup crown since 1975, which was the last time they were on the World Cup podium. So, time for a pause, time for a deep breath. Sit down, settle in,
keep your eyes on
yourself for what on paper potentially could be a really cracking contest. The team's getting ready quite quickly, and now the countdown is on, and this Pool D clash between England and India is about to get underway.
1. Let's play.
There's so much noise. Sam Ward didn't hear the whistle, and it's England who get this first half underway, attacking the goal away to our right-hand side in the all-red strip. India in their traditional all-blue, and I'm delighted to say that joining myself, Charlie Broom, in the commentary box for this one, it's Cedric D'Souza, the former head coach of India. Well, I could list your accomplishments, Cedric. We'll be here all night. Cedric D'Souza. Cedric, very warm welcome. What a game on paper we have in front of us.
Well, definitely a game which is going to be really, really tight in terms of both teams playing such strong hockey, and in form basically, and also they're so closely ranked in the world.
Here comes Akashdeep, and Albury with the tackle, falls to Hardik. Hardik across the goal line, and it's put behind for a long corner. Sukhdeep was in there, number 34. Manpreet drops it back to Varun, comfortably picked up by Calnan and brought away by Albury. Forward by Wallace, picks out Roper. Ward is unmarked. That's an important foot from Harmanpreet. In fact, it wasn't from Harmanpreet, it was from Amit Rohidas, who got himself in the way.
Well, actually, if you look at it, look at this person. Akashdeep has the 3D skills, trying to get the ball. It flies, it actually goes to Mandeep, who tried to force. So Hardik actually tries to force a penalty corner. Good save by Ollie Payne, and a long corner from that.
A little bit more expectation around India this time round, isn't there, Cedric?
Well, definitely. If you just look at that first move, the intention was there to get in the circle as quickly as possible. They want to attack. They want to get an early goal. But I think the expectation has also risen after the Olympic bronze medal and the silver medal at the Commonwealth Games. And the team has been playing well in the Pro League, so the expectations are high.
Well, England, who are playing in the Pro League as Great Britain, and have the likes of Jacob Draper and Rupert Shipley, who are here representing Wales, and Lee Morton was in the squad as well when they were down in Argentina in December. But Great Britain, made up mainly of England players, are top of the Pro League, just in front of India. So it is the top 2 sides. Okay, Australia haven't got going yet in the Pro League, but it's the top 2 sides in the Pro League going head to head here.
Well, definitely, they both played 4 games, and they are number 1 and number 2 in the Pro League. They're teams which are in form, and Paul Revington has done something with this English team in terms of making them believe in themselves and also have fun on the pitch.
Yeah, I shared train carriage with Nick Banderak's parents on the way up to Rourkela from Bhubaneswar, and they were saying how even Nick was surprised at the fitness that Paul Revington put them through when he took over. Here comes Mandeep.
Well, then Mandeep going down the flank, weaving his way through, but a nice hard block in terms of body blocking and legitimate body blocking.
And Payne having to clear with the left kicker. Ball comes across, Ames is there, and it's up off Mandeep, and so it'll be a 16.
This was a nice crash ball which came into the circle.
Solberry's picked up a knock as we just have a look at this.
Well, the deflection goes high up in the air and lands between the goalkeeper and an Indian player, and that's definitely an infringement against India. The rule is that if the ball rises between two of the opposition players and is dangerous, play against the team. It's not dangerous against your own player.
A few seats, empty. If you pan down, there's a walkway that goes all the way around this stadium and is absolutely rammed full of people. Ball into the circle. Is this the chance? No. Free hit India.
Well, it was a nice cross ball by David Condon, and Hardik did very well to block that ball from going across.
So this is Harmanpreet on that left-hand channel, picked up by Lalit. And it can't quite pick it up. Two teams ticking along the bottom of your screen. Martin, Aubrey. Well, as well marshalled by Harmanpreet. He'll come off and Roper will come on.
What's nice to see is Albury and Harmanpreet, both the free men in both the teams, moving actually towards the ball side all the time, not allowing the spaces of any clear balls going down the line.
Aubrey needs it. Here is Roper. Can he get there? Roper can, but he lost possession of the ball, which is why the free hit has gone India's way. Little layoff from Vivek. Good skills from Shamsha. Vivek once more and wins the free hit on the edge of the circle, which Shamsha wants to take. Shamsha has to take it 5, remember. Up and over the top, Jarmanpreet, trapped by Ansel.
One of the strengths of Jarmanpreet is when he gets the ball in the 25, the crash ball that goes inside is a blistering ball.
Well, that's a pass from Manpreet. And will be good defensive work. Yeah, you can just see the walkway below the. Well, you can't see the walkway for people, but it is there.
Well, it's actually so full that there are maybe a couple of seats, but the crowd is standing and watching right around the entire stadium.
Ansel tries to stick around it to pull it back, but it runs out the back. Akashdeep. And a reverse stick pass. Very good at the mark. There you go, that's the walkway.
Well, India playing a very high press, but both teams putting pressure on the ball. Every time a ball carrier is there, there are 2 or 3 players running at him.
Waller over the top. Oh, and that's the penalty corner. Surrender Kumar just taking his eye off the ball. And it is England who have the first opportunity from a set piece.
But the aerial ball comes in, and Surinder has to have softer hands. In fact, it's not soft enough. You have to receive the ball. The ball deflects off him onto his foot, and a penalty corner.
Good work from Liam Ansell, because he ran away from Surinder Kumar, so he didn't give away the free hit.
Well, that's exactly being smart and more effective in the circle. When they're together, it would have been against him. But as the fact that he moved away, and the pressure of there was no 5-yard rule, and the penalty corner for England.
So Banderak on the left-hand castle, Ansell on the right. Little shift to the left. It goes to Nick Banderak, who picks up, looks to slide it across, and it's a re-award as it comes off the foot of Manpreet, who was running wide.
But if you look at Banderak's flick, actually it takes a little more time, and it gives Manpreet, who's actually running a great line, bang on his foot.
Same setup for England at the top of the circle. Had 2 from 12 against Wales. And again, it's Manpreet, and it's off his stick, and a chance for the counter-attack here if they can get it away. Off his knees, it's played by Zes. Working hard to get back his Goodfield, and he gets his stick down to deflect it off for a sideline ball to India, who take it quickly, but not from the right place. Manpreet goes up and over the top. It should be fairly straightforward for Martin, and it is.
Now look at the penalty. Look at Banderak. It takes plenty of time. The most important thing is the quickness from the time the ball is trapped and the shot at goal. There's plenty of time for Manpreet to close him down with a stick between his legs.
Wallace driving forward, and England just starting to get a little foothold in this game, having been under the cosh from the first whistle. Ward through the legs of Shamsha. It's here for Sam Ward. Ward on the reverse stick. Good save from Srijes. Still there, penalty corner. Sam Ward with a rasping reverse stick shot, which Srijes got his body behind, but the rebound hit an Indian body, and England have their third penalty corner.
Well, Manpreet loses that ball, and Sam Ward takes the opportunity to smash the ball. She just has very well, and the effective rebound goes onto an Indian foot, actually Manpreet's foot, and a penalty corner.
So a third penalty corner for England. Paul Irvington speaking to Nick Banderak. So it's Roper and Ward at the top of the circle now for England. Roper on the left, Ward nearest to us with the red headband and the black face mask. In it comes, and it goes to Sam Ward. Ward deflected behind, and it's another penalty corner.
Well, again, Ward gets, look at the amount of time it's taking that when you flick that ball. A little quicker action to the ball, a little quicker, faster push towards the circle.
And again, it goes to Sam Ward, and onto the body or the knee of Manpreet.
It's incredible how much they run and put their bodies on the line. Again, he gets the ball, he flicks it hard and true, but it's actually looking for the postman angle, and Manpreet just moves his body across, and the ball hits his stick and onto his foot.
Callan with the injection. Still the same setup at the top for England. And again they go to Ward. Will they try a slip? They do. Roper. And it falls to Callan on the reverse stick, and he blazes it over the bar. And England, well, they'll be hoping they aren't left to rue these penalty corner chances.
Well, the backdoor pass doesn't come up because Manpreet is far away. He closes down the space. When you're doing a backdoor pass, the first important thing is to engage the first man, pull him to one side, and then play the backdoor pass.
Hardik with the turn, still going Hardik. Wisely tackle from Goodfield, and now a chance here for Salisbury. Has a little look for the supporting run, finds it in the shape of Wallace. Wallace goes round the outside of Hardik, has the pace on the Indian number 8. Drops it to Wallace goes up and over, looking for Park, finds Park, who brings it under control nicely. Park drives at Akashdeep. Lovely little tackle from Akashdeep. That was beautifully timed.
Fantastic, because Akashdeep has really put this defensive duties in his armory. He didn't have that in the time when he was playing for Delhi Wave Riders.
And Delhi Wave Riders, the Hockey India League franchise that you were the manager of or coach of.
Yes, I was the coach. That's why I can talk about him, because I knew exactly what he was doing. This was Graham Reid has done a lot of defensive work with his team, and they know exactly how to get back into defense as strikers to cut up the lines, which are dangerous.
Mandeep, little ball round the corner, just not quite on the same wavelength as Sukhjit. Waller finds Wallace. That's a little too easy, I think, from an Indian perspective, and Wallace has the legs, but they're not that quick. Your thoughts on this one so far, Cedric? Pretty even, as we expected.
Well, definitely. You know, it's maybe England has had 5 opportunities in penalty corners, but from a logical point of view, you look at the way they are playing, it's an even Stevens.
Condon, and good lead from Srijesh. He knew where Ward was. Ward in the end, not really that close to that one.
That's the experience of Srijesh. He knows that he looks up front and he sees that Wadi is far away, and he just lifts his leg up to know that he cannot deflect that ball at the far post.
And Srijesh playing in his 4th World Cup. And Vivek won't get that.
I think there have been opportunities for England. India hasn't had that opportunity yet. But if she gets that into the last point, and she will make it count, because the fact of the matter is they're really, really strong in the circle now.
Hardik. That's a good looking ball. And here comes Shamsha. Mandeep driving the goal line, pulling it back onto the foot of Ames, and the first penalty corner for India. Good work from Shamsha and Mandeep down that right-hand side, and now it's a chance for Harmanpreet.
Well, the ball on the deep zone, Mandeep goes along the baseline, waits patiently. You know he's a dangerous man in the circle. He'll find a foot, he'll find a foul, he'll do something that will earn his team some kind of award. And now we get the best flicker in the world, the highest goal scorer in the world, waiting alongside Amit Rohidas.
Belgian fans might have an argument with you there with Alexander Hendricks.
Well, that's okay. I have an opinion, they have theirs, it's fine. Respect each other.
So Harmanpreet on the left, Amit Rohidas on the right-hand side. This the first penalty corner for India. England have had 5. Harmanpreet can't pick it up, but it might just come to something. Sometimes when these things break down, it creates an opportunity, but in the end, it's good work defensively from Tom Salisbury in front of his goalkeeper. And the ball doesn't travel 5, so a cheap free hit.
Well, I think on that penalty corner, if you look at it, the ball bobs up after the trap, and he didn't get a hold of the ball. If you look at, he's trying to actually pull the ball to the right-hand side for the flick. He's trying to elude the first runner by sidestepping him to the right to flick it in.
That's a beautiful trap from Condon. And a bouncing ball. Here is Martin. Nobody down that right-hand channel, so he's going to have to come back in field. And he finds Ames. And there's an interesting story in there about Srijesh's debut at the World Cup. He wasn't the first choice goalkeeper. And if I remember correctly, the opening game was against Pakistan. And the coach, Indian coach at the time, said, Pakistan are going to be so ready for our #1 keeper. I'm going to throw them a curveball and you can start.
Yeah, that was brilliant thinking, yeah?
Well, it was, because India won the game in the end.
Every little thing counts at this level of hockey. And especially when it's an India-Pakistan match.
Yeah, they are always keenly forward affairs, if I could put it that mildly.
Charlie, this quarter has flown with the speed of the game and the tempo and the atmosphere around. Just look at it, 32 seconds to go. Do you know where the 15 minutes went?
Nope. It's there to be one final chance. Ames gets his head up. Oh, lovely little pick up. What a chance this is now as they pull it back. It's a poor ball back in truth, but it was really well worked. It was Park who was trying to play it back, but what a pickup from Nick Park, running at pace. Beautiful pickup, but great defence from India.
Fabulous pickup. He attacked the space, came along the baseline, looked up to see where he could throw the ball across to the penalty spot. But Amit Roy Das fake space and picked up the ball in the reverse.
And breathe, because that is the quarter time hooter. What a match we have had. Okay, no goals, but plenty of action. 6 penalty corners, 5 for England, 1 for India. But neither side has found the breakthrough. Srijesh, the busier of the two goalkeepers, but at the quarter time it's goalless. England 0, India 0.
अहमियत इस बात की नहीं कि आप किन बुलंदियों पर है, बल्कि इस बात की है कि यहां पहुंचने का हौसला किससे मिला। देश की मिट्टी से, कजारिया देश की मिट्टी से बनी टाइल से देश को बनाते हैं।
One day, सचिन ने impossible को possible कर दिखाया।
This is an incredible moment. Not even sure whether we'll ever see a moment like this in the game again.
One day ने विराट को chasing का king बनाया।
Fastest one-day international century.
One day में रोहित ने की records की बौछार।
First player to score 3 double centuries in ODI cricket.
One day में कुछ भी मुमकिन है।
We made a mockery of a target of 360. What next are we going to see in world cricket?
शुरू हो चुका है टीम इंडिया के ODI वर्ल्ड कप का सफर। अब से वर्ल्ड कप तक believe in blue.
Like this, you might get away with it in the pool stages because they've won their first game, but you don't want to leave it a chance. I mean, if you're converting even 30% of 12, you're scoring 4 goals. You're out of sight. You're going to be at least 1 up, possibly 2 up with 5 penalty corners.
Well, I think it's making it count from the opportunities that's come your way. And when you have prolific flickers like Harmanpreet and Amit Roy Das and Varun for India, Nick Van der Rush, Liam Ansell and Sam Ward for England, you've got to get those goals. We talked about it. I had a chat with some of the people I've spoken about, and I asked them, what is the chink in England's armour? And they always talked about their pentagon. They talked about the pentagon not being as quick enough as India's.
Second quarter underway. England in possession. And no scoreline, or no goals to tell you about. There is a scoreline. It's England 0, India 0. Aubrey to Samford. Waller. A touch from Roper's not the best, and Waller's tearing after that one, but it falls to Harmanpreet. But because Waller's teared in, there's space on the right-hand side for India, and they're going to look to exploit this here if they can. Abhishek drives into the corner, pulls it back, and Waller is there to atone for his charge in field that left that space.
Well, when he came in front, he ran that space to kind of close down the space. There had to be a counter cover. There had to be someone to take that space. It didn't happen, and India used that space to get inside. Abhishek, who's the youngster there, is actually a really brilliant ball player. He's got tremendous skill, and a youngster who's going to give a lot of service to India in the future.
Samford looking for Wallace's run down the side. What a pick that is from Wallace. Wallace into the circle. Wallace with the shot, and Patak, who's now in goal for India, gets the knees together in time. Patak played quarters 2 and 4 in their opener against Spain, and it looks like they're going to go the same here. But what a take from Zach Wallace at full tilt.
Well, a great ball, and a lovely pass. He gets into the circle, takes a shot at goal. Really, really fortunate for Patak to close his legs quickly. You can look at it. If you look at it in slow-mo, there's a slight gap there, but he still gets his patch together, and the ball ricochets up. Dangerous play and a penalty corner. The 6th penalty corner for England.
For me, Patak a lot slighter and smaller than Srijesh. So do England go high?
Well, it depends on how the first wave runs. At this moment, I think it's still Manpreet.
So Roper on the left, Ward on the right, Calnan to inject. Then it goes to Sam Ward once more, looking for the deflection. And good defensive work from India. And Manpreet again. Harmanpreet was in there as well. Jarmanpreet, good work from India. And another miss for England.
Well, they're looking for a slider. If you look at it, there's good field there. You look at the slider just near the penalty spot to try and chip that ball over the first wave. Oh, sorry, the second wave.
It was a skipper, Harmanpreet, who was marking Goodfield. Manpreet. This is Shamsha at that far right hand side. Zes, who wears 15. He's a local boy.
You've got two local boys here, actually. You've got Amit Roy Das and Zes,
who plays with Nilam on his back. Lalit. Good defence from England to this point. Lalit still in possession though, trying to force him out. But in fact, by standing there, Wallace actually forces him back into the 23, and then the sweeping stick from Jack Waller gets it out for a sideline ball. Quickly taken by Surrender Kumar through Vivek to Harmanpreet. Harmanpreet firing it in, and Lalit on that very difficult sort of reverse stick deflection can only put it out over the goal line.
Well, you know, any ball that's received by Harmanpreet or Manpreet between the 25 and the 50.
It's been stolen illegally though. Sorry.
Between the 25 and 50, you can be sure they're looking for a crash ball deep into the circle, with the strikers leading towards the ball or posting up towards the ball or leading wide to receive it.
Wallace again showing his great hand-eye coordination, bringing that one down one-handed. Wallace into Ansell, into Harmanpreet. This is Lalit. Samford thought that was illegal. In fact, so did Ansell. He's run into the circle for a free hit, but the umpires haven't seen it. A sliding Nick Park gets there in front of Akash Deep, and that was a really important sliding interception from Nick Park.
A fantastic ball looking across from the ball side to the health side, looking for Akash Deep. Nick Park cutting and intercepting that ball between with the slider. Otherwise, Akash had the ball on his reverse and with a 1v1 with the keeper.
Nice turn from Sorsby, taking it under pressure from Lally. Little deflection from Condon. Gives away the free hit. She'll be back on start of the second half. Good tackle from Ansell.
What you see in the English team is they're not overawed with the situation nor with the crowd. They're playing their game. They've had 6 penalty corners. It just shows they're well tuned. They're ready for against even the 13th player, you're going to call it, if it's a question of the crowd or the 21,000 crowd.
Well, they were in Argentina, in Santiago del Estero, playing Argentina. Okay, it wasn't a 20,000-seater stadium, but there is fervent supporter in Argentina, so that was good preparation. Not the same as this, but good preparation.
Well, definitely. Once you get attuned to it and get used to the fact that you block away the crowd, you work at it. They may have had a psychologist who worked with them on that too.
Wallace pulled back by Rushmere onto the foot. It's another penalty corner. Stuart Rushmere running the line. Nick Park was in support, but it was Rushmere who took possession of the pass and found the foot.
Well, you're running into the circle. Hardik stick not low enough. You gotta be, when you know you're on a 1v1 in the circle on the baseline, your stick has to be low, and you gotta be low.
Penalty corner number 7. And it's almost getting to the point if England don't score this. If they go on to lose this, they will really have to concentrate on these penalty corners.
Well, I think the approach between the time the ball is trapped and the ball is flicked is too much time. You've got to be much faster in the execution of the final flick.
Well, now we've got Ansell on the left, Banderak on the right. It's Ansell. Ansell gets the flick away. It's great number 1 running by Amit Rohidas, and a chance here for the counter-attack. The long ball for Akashdeep. So close to a brilliant bit of skill. Such a difficult skill to execute, and he was desperately close to doing it.
Well, a great save again by Amit Rohidas. Runs a brilliant line as always. Ball ricochets up. Hardik gets the ball, looks up, opens his vision, sees Akashdeep deep in the zone there. The ball which bobs up and he mistraps it. Oops.
Oh, Bandarak, yeah, that's gone up. Is that Amit Rohidas who's caught that one?
He is the most fearless man, I think, on the pitch. He gets knocked, he gets hit, he's still on.
But that was a chance for England because I didn't see who was on the far side, but someone is unmarked just to the left of screen. You can see the shadow on the park, but if Bandarak managed to square that.
Well, I think it became like a 2 versus 1 situation. You have to have counter cover. If there's somebody on the far side, there had to be someone on the right-hand side of the defence for India too.
Good defensive work from England. Sukhjit dispossessed.
Actually, this is the second time England had a 2v1, and both times Amit Rohidas got that ball. His defensive duties have been exemplary.
Good field. Out to the left-hand side. Ansell. Samford. Samford takes Mandeep out of the equation, then drops it back to Ames. Waller's to his right if he wishes. Here is Waller. Samford continues the run to give Waller options down that right-hand flank. Samford off the right foot. It's a bobbler into the circle that Hardik picks up nicely. England long corner. Condon to Goodfield off the foot of Akashdeep.
England has to be careful with the counter cover.
And here's a chance for Mandeep. Spreads it out to Hardik. Hardik driving on that left-hand side. Hardik fires it across. And that is too high. It wasn't on goal, so that's a dangerous ball into the circle. You should go buy lottery tickets, Cedric.
We talked about it in the previous match about counter cover. This is exactly, you commit people up front. You have to hold the center of the park. There has to be 1 or 2 people always in the counter in the defense for a counter cover. And England were not there this time.
We tick past the midpoint of the second quarter. Still England 0, India 0. No goals in India's first game in the first half against Spain. But here they go again. And I think they quite fancy this India. Like, call England onto them and try and hit them on the break.
Well, because they've got speed in attack, really, really quick in attack in terms of Lalit, in terms of Mandeep and Akashdeep.
Nilikanta has snuck on one of those sneaky substitutions and has run down the left-hand touchline, and he's been picked up by Nick Bandarak now. But now Shamsher comes into the circle, and a penalty corner given away by Nick Park.
Well, Shamsher is actually moving towards the circle, and Bandarak is actually playing him. He obstructs him. You look at it here. It's actually Albury who puts a stick, and that's a foul.
So, Harmanpreet on the left, Amit Rohidas on the right once again. And just 1 Indian player back, defending. A second one's coming now. But the other end, it goes to Amit Rohidas. Number 1 running too high. Oh, that fell to Hardik. Hardik's eyes were lighting up. He thought everything had arrived at once for him.
I think it's a great defensive skill by the English Waves. Amit gets the ball. Again, too much time. And the ball bobs up off the first wave.
You can see the number 1 runner is heading to the Harmanpreet Castle. Such is the threat that the Indian skipper has.
Well, it was good thinking by the English bench to know exactly that the pressure would have been on Harmanpreet in terms of the thinking of the English team. So they switched it to the second castle for Amit.
Into the circle, calmly done.
What you're seeing in this English team, which I haven't actually seen quite a long time for a long time is the fact that they are so composed under pressure.
Aerial ball over the top for Sam Ward. Patak's come a long way. Ward, can he find a way past? He's got support with Ansel. Here is Ansel. Great diving defence again. That time it is Nilam. And he gets a big local cheer. And one of the England players is down. And it's Wallace who's down. And at the other end, he's missed. Put it wide. It's all going on here now. Wallace is saying he's been elbowed, and England are not happy about something, but what they've got to do is keep a lid on this.
But I'm saying, like, I've got to watch everything else and the ball.
No, I get that, but that is not okay.
Like, yeah, definitely. We're not allowed to. Okay, fine. In a month, we're allowed to.
Okay.
That's stupid.
So you can get a red card in a month.
Yeah.
That helps us.
No.
Well, Wallace not happy about something.
Well, they're not happy with the fact that the ball, but there was an elbow on the face there, but the umpires can't call for a referral.
Assistant?
No. Yeah. Well, we can't. Sorry, guys.
Well, they can't send it upstairs. That's something that maybe have to be looked at in the future, but let's have a look. Oh, it's gone anyway. It was way before this, but this is a chance for India.
I think Hardik with the ball, he plays a beautiful pass inside a weighted ball, and actually Shamsher is under pressure. Was that Manpreet? Manpreet under pressure, just because of the defender running side-on pressure on him.
Hardik can't be allowed to run into the circle. He is allowed to run into the circle. What a save by Ollie Payne. That is absolutely brilliant. England, though, just parted like the Red Sea. And in comes Hardik on the reverse stick. And Payne with a brilliant save. The first bit of action for Ollie Payne. And he's equal to it. He might have some more here on the reverse stick. Penalty corner. Good work from Abhishek. And England just rocking a little bit. I think they're still a little upset about that elbow. But this is a save and a half.
Well, you know, you look at Hardeep. Hardeep is looking at playing the ball across. He gets the ball into his reverse and fires, and Ollie Payne, a brilliant save. Absolutely brilliant on the stick.
Do you just feel that England are rocking a little bit because of that? They were very settled and they've been unsettled by that elbow, or which they perceive to be an elbow.
I think so. If they have that, they want a referral. It's not possible to referral only in 25s, not at the ground.
So it's Nilam on the right, Harmanpreet on the left. Harmanpreet off the number one runner, Ria Ward.
Well, again, it's the great running of the defense, completely blocking out the goalkeeper's left-hand side.
Great trap from Manpreet, because that injection was not on the money at all. Now they've swapped over. Nilam to the left, Harmanpreet to the right. Harmanpreet to Nilam. No, good number one running. It's still there. Full length dive. India trying to get the shot away. Akashdeep across the face of goal, and then it's cleared by Samford to Roper. And England will be looking to get to half-time here, having dominated the middle part of this first half. India bookending it in ascendancy.
Well, the backdoor pass by Harmanpreet to Jaspritpreet, who plays that ball. He's actually slapping that ball inside, but the defense, the second wave of the England defense, sticks down, trap that ball.
Salisbury into Aubrey. Salisbury has a little look up, comes back to Aubrey, who goes across to Samford.
I think it's important that they play this ball a little bit like this and settle down their nerves again, get back into the rhythm of things. Don't let that thing happen, what happened in the past, upset them and spoil their game and lose their balance.
Yeah, because they have been in the ascendancy until that point, haven't they? Salisbury just tries to disguise that one, and very difficult for Calvin. Wallace with the steal, can't keep it in. Vivek up to Lalit. And he gets the ball out from underneath his feet. Manpreet. Amit Rohidas, first time ball into the circle, well watched by Payne.
Well, if that could be a set play in terms of ball being played from the center to the wide and a first touch bang into the circle, then somebody has to lead it to that space.
Unlucky from Akashdeep, that was good pressure on Salisbury. Just a little bit too physical. Park into Sukhjit. Park, little flick of the wrist. Finds Banderak down that right-hand channel for England, but Banderak can't keep it in play. Well, having said that, that penalty corners would be key, we've had 11 in this game and nobody scored. Just shows how much we know, Cedric.
Well, I think, just think about it. We talked about the defense, how much the defense is going to be important in this game, especially in PCs. Well, the first waves have done a brilliant job.
Wallace using his body brilliantly to get in front of Manpreet. Martin's just lost possession, and Mandeep has a chance. He's got Akashdeep if he can find into his left-hand side. And Salisbury, he's lost possession. Here's Akashdeep, good work from Sanford, but Mandeep with possession in the circles. Slap shot in, great save again. The slap shot coming in from Vivek, and it's Payne who makes the save with the left kicker.
Look at the amount of thinking and the vision to play that ball to under pressure. And Abhishek takes that hit. Payne does again brilliantly to stick out his left foot.
Mandeep with Martin at his back. Wins the free hit on the edge of the circle. Nilikanta. The mishandle on the edge of the circle by Vivek just allows England to bring it free. Inside the final minute of the first half, Wallace loses possession. Amit Rohidas throws it inside to Manpreet. Here is Harmanpreet. 30 seconds remain. Good pick up from Akashdeep on the reverse stick. He had the time. He's got the skills. He just lifted his head.
I think, when he got that ball, he saw Mandeep lurking at the far post. He thought he would play it quicker. I've been saying it in the first match. I'm saying it now. You've got to be a little more patient after you receive the ball. Scan, yes, before the pass, before you receive it, but then control it, put the ball in the right position, and then fire in.
England might get done by the clock here. Roper driving to the circle, but there is the hooter. And the two teams will head to the locker room, level on the scoreboard. But what an opening 30 minutes of hockey we have had. India starting much the brighter of the two sides, but England dominating the middle sort of 15-20 minutes. And then at the end, India coming back at it, and Ollie Payne having to make two really sharp saves to keep England level with India at the half-time mark. A really fascinating game of hockey. England 0, India 0. Well, Cedric, this was the early exchanges when India were in the ascendancy.
Well, I think it's important to see that, both teams actually had the opportunities. Penalty corners galore. Here again, it's been stolen. A great hit by Sam Ward and a fantastic save by Srijesh. Again, the backdoor pass by Sam Ward was actually not powerful enough for Albury to take that, to finish the ball off. And a crash ball inside, beyond the reach of Sam Ward. A fantastic penalty corner there, manufactured.
Now Patak giving away the penalty corner with the high clearance.
Well, in the circle, you've got to protect your feet as much as possible and don't give easy penalty corners. Again, a great run. Here it goes. The second wave blocking that Jasmanpreet's pass. Ball lurking in the circle, but still cleared away by the English defense, who are low.
And that we just saw out of the corner there. It was Manpreet on Wallace. And Payne with a couple of very sharp saves at the back end of that half. Well, look at that picture of this magnificent stadium. Oh, look at these half-time stats. What do you make of that, Cedric?
Well, I think, their circle penetrations are 11 to 17, but only 5 shots each by both teams. Possession 54 to England and 46 to India. Still, the question is 11 penalty corners and no goals.
Okay, we're just going to catch our breath as the players have a break. So are we, and we'll see you on the other side for the second half.
The digital broadcast of the FIH Odisha Hockey Men's World Cup is brought to you by Kajaria.
अहमियत इस बात की नहीं कि आप किन बुलंदियों पर हैं, बल्कि इस बात की है कि यहां पहुंचने का हौसला किससे मिला। देश की मिट्टी से। कजारिया, देश की मिट्टी से बनी टाइल से देश को बनाते हैं।
आपका इंट्रोडक्शन दीजिए।
मैं सुक्कू।
आपका आइडियल लाइफ पार्टनर कैसा होना चाहिए?
मेरा आइडियल पार्टनर लविंग होना चाहिए, कुची को करना चाहिए, पीडीए मेरे को पसंद है, और हाँ मेरा ही होना चाहिए एकदम एक्सक्लूसिव। उसके पास एक टिप टॉप जॉब होनी चाहिए, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, हाँ फाइनेंशियली स्टेबल।
तुम तो वैसे ही बेकार हो, जाओ चाय बना के लाओ। बेकार नहीं हूँ, कोरियोग्राफर हूँ।
और एकदम सुंदर सुशील शरीफ होना चाहिए, नो लफड़ा।
बॉल माल किधर है? कौन सा माल? बॉल कौन?
चले उठ, चाय ला, गल्ले पे सोया है। संडा सा कितना हुआ बता?
कैसा था तेरा दिन?
मस्त बैठ के दुनिया भर का संडास सूंघा।
लोगों का अच्छा टाइम नहीं टिकता, अपना बुरा टाइम कितना टिकेगा?
मेरे पास एक वरदान है, मेरे को सब खबर वक्त से पहले मिलता है।
तू नशा करके आया है क्या?
किधर जा रहे हैं?
औकात के बाहर।
राजेश में क्या कमी है?
सुनो, मैंने तुम्हें आजादी नहीं दी क्या? हाँ तो फिर?
गहने के बारे में पूछा था क्या?
तुम सिर्फ दिखावे के लिए इसके भाई हो।
उसकी अपनी राय देने की आजादी मैंने उसे दी है मैडम।
ये सच है जया भारती?
Our movie Butterfly is streaming in Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam and Kannada.
Do watch it only on Disney Plus Hotstar.
मेरा नियम वो मैं कहाँ से मिला?
देगो हाट से सर।
मुझे ये पूरा एरिया चाहिए किसी भी कीमत पर।
आर्या पार नो स्ट्रीमिंग सिर्फ डिज्नी प्लस हॉटस्टार पर।
उम्मीद से यकीन तक खेलेगा तो छाएगा। उम्मीद की मिट्टी से मेडल तू बनाएगा। यकीन तेरे अंदर तो पार समंदर कर जाएगा। खेलो 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 इंडिया, खेलो 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 इंडिया।
वकांडा तबाह हो जाएगा।
उन्हें लगता है हम टूट चुके हैं, पर यह उनकी गलतफहमी है।
मुझे इतना जानना है कि वकांडा हमारा दोस्त है या दुश्मन?
जवाब चाहिए तो आ जा।
Welcome back to the Vesamunda Stadium in Alcalá for this Pool D clash. We are halfway through a fascinating encounter between England and the hosts India. There's been action at both ends of the field, but there have been no goals. Ollie Payne with the sharpest, or two very sharp saves to keep England on level terms. But Cedric, it's been a great game, isn't it?
It's been a humdinger. In fact, it's been end-to-end stuff. Definitely not for the faint-hearted in terms of 11 penalty corners, but from the fact of a visual, absolutely a visual delight.
Here are those stats once again, and India with quite a lot more circle penetrations, but only 5 shots. But they've done a little bit more with their possession, and England, I think, will be happy with their possession. They just need to do a bit more. But 2 penalty corners from 12 against Wales, none from 7, 2 from 19. It needs to be better than that. Okay, let's get onto the park and hear what the coaches have to say and their thoughts on that first half.
Graham McAuliffe, first half, your observations from it?
Oh, look, I think both teams had their opportunities, but we can't give away that many corners and expect to stay with a clean goal. So we need to get tighter in defence. I think we need to run one with a little bit more. They're streaming forward, and we need to make sure that we're with them. And up in attack, we need to hold the ball better. We're not controlling that game part of it. Yeah. So
good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thoughts there from Graham Reid. I think you'll be relieved to have got to half-time given the number of penalty corners level, but then I think he'll be frustrated that he hasn't managed to decide to take advantage of the great opportunities they've created. It is one of those 50-50s.
Well, he also said about being tighter in defence in terms of giving 7 penalty corners, basically. So they've been maybe a bit casual in that situation, but also to hold the balls a little harder, a little tighter, and make it count in the last quarter.
Okay, so we've heard from Graham Reid. Let's hear from his opposite number, Paul Rowington, who's speaking to Michael Abson.
Paul, what was the message at half-time to the boys?
Again, from a process point of view, we need to be tight in defence, make sure when we attack we get more outcomes. Our penalty corners need to be a little bit sharper. At the end of the day, stick with what we're doing and get some outcomes.
Communication's going to be key out there. Can you hear yourselves think?
Pretty much so. I think we've managed at times to keep the Indian crowd quiet as long as we go forward.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to hear from both coaches. But we're sitting here with smiles on our face, Cedric, because it's such a tight game. It's just absolutely fascinating, isn't it?
See, I think what England is doing a little better in terms is tracking the ball better and tracking the player better.
Second half underway. India attacking the goal away to our right-hand side in this second half. England 0, India 0 in the half-time score. And whilst that haven't been any goals in the first 30 minutes, there's certainly been plenty of skill, plenty of excitement, and plenty to keep you on the edge of your seat. And India applying the pressure at the start of this half, as they did at the start of the first. Here's Vivek. Little ball underneath, good step forward from Martin. And Wallace tries to bring it away. Shot comes in and it's being deflected behind. Was that Waller in there? Certainly Waller's in that vicinity. India are asking the question.
Then, Indian team is asking for a penalty corner for the ball of the shin pad of the defender.
Yeah, I got you. I'll review the play.
So Lim Hong Zhen, the video umpire.
Can you give me the last play? For the
When
ball
does this come off?
scope, please?
Wallace stick, knee. Off the left
Can you
knee.
just rock and roll the whole thing for me, please? Thank you.
Knee?
I think it goes definitely off the stick, but does it actually go onto the knee or just goes off the stick?
I think it's the knee.
Can you slow down the last part for me, please?
That's knee, isn't it? Not for you?
decision coming. Marcin, I have a decision for you. It should be a free hit to England because the ball has hit the player above the knee. It's dangerous. You may award a free hit out and India lose their referral.
Well, did hit the knee, but it was too high, so they've lost their referral, India. And England don't have to defend a penalty corner.
But the question was, I think the fact of the matter was we both thought it went off the defender's stick.
Oh, I thought it was knee.
Okay.
I don't think it was the stick. Anyway, Wallace down that right-hand side. Here is Roper. Roper spins back in field. Gets his head up. Finds Wallace again. Wallace back into Roper. Still going Roper. And just whipped away from him by Harmanpreet. India trying to work it out of that bottom left-hand corner if they can. Akashdeep. Knock off the England stick. And now India will have the 16. Well, that's a lovely ball and an easy ball for India to play. And Mandeep cutting left to right, tries to feed it across to Hamid Rohidas. And it's easily cut out.
Well, the lurking around by Hamid Rohidas right up into the circle from, started in our defense, an Indian defense, a long ball played down the left, and immediately right defender pushing up to the circle to support the attack.
Ball wasn't moved 5 before being played into the circle. That's a cheap free hit to give away.
I think one of the things India should try and do against the tight defense of and well-organized defense of the English team. I'll come back to that.
Oh, lovely little ball underneath. Here is Wallace. Wallace looking for Bandarak, but that's really good defending from Surendra Kumar.
Well, I think Surendra did very well because he didn't allow Bandarak to get in front of him, because if he had, it was just a tip in the goal.
Aubrey. Wallace is having a good game for England. Martin. Swing the stick from Akashdeep will give England the free hit.
But you look at Surendra Kumar, he stands his ground, he doesn't allow Nick Banderas to get in front of him. That's good defending. But I was talking to you about what England could do, what India could do against England, is to move the free man to the wides, and the space that has been created by the free man moving away is one player getting into that space. It's in the center of the park, and they've got a direct route to goal.
Ames kicks out Wallace. Wallace shapes to go down the line, then cuts in field. Good field. Has support over here if he wants, in the shape of Park. And then Goodfield gives away the free hit, the tackle on Nilikanta. Sanford leaves that go, and Abhishek will pick that up, but fortunately for Sanford, Roshmir was in close attendance. Sideline ball for India. Ames gets half a stick on it, deflected into Manpreet. He has a little cheeky pass to Vivek between his legs. And again, good defence from England. Combination of Park and Roper getting it out, and Ansell brings it away. Still going, Liam Ansell. He's got to be careful here, otherwise he's won the free hit. Little flash of the stick from Shamsher.
And if you look at that ball which is picked up by Shamsher there, look at the Indian players, how low they are when you're on a one-to-one situation. That's how you steal the ball.
England players though.
Yeah, the Indian players, sorry. Yeah. Because Shamsher had the ball on the stick and, you know, getting ready to take a shot at goal.
Oh, Harmanpreet. Beautiful hand-eye coordination to bring that down. Finds Manpreet. Shamsher. And the reverse stick. Tries to find Lalit. Lalit with Ames in close attendance. And Ames as well to bring the ball away, but then runs into trouble and it's dispossessed. And here is Lalit, and good strength from Kalman to deny Lalit on the edge of the circle. For the England captain. Well, that's loose, and if Banderak can get there, has he got the legs? Well, Condon is absolutely making ground down the middle. Here is Condon. Condon on the reverse stick. Condon with a shot, and he's put it just wide.
It's very difficult to get a shot at goal from there, because the way he picked up the ball and went towards the far corner. Look at it now. He pulls it towards his left. There's pressure in by the goalkeeper and Amit Rohidas. Difficult. Where's the angle? The point of impact where the ball was hit at the goal was way out. There's no way it was going in.
Yeah, just can't wrap the hand round it to put it at that far post. But again, Cedric, we've talked about the counter-attack. The cover was there, just from Amit Rohidas, but just is enough.
I think, when you're going into attack, the most important thing is to secure a back door. And that's the key issue of counter cover.
Now, this is, I don't know about you, Cedric, but this is very much the sort of game I was expecting.
Well, the thing is that they are so evenly matched in terms of ranking and in terms of their form and the way they've played in the last year. Matches have been so close. So this is a really great game in terms of visual delight, in terms of you can see skill, you can see speed, you can see everything excepting a goal.
In world rankings, England are 5th, India is 6th. Obviously, when the draw was made, India were further up the rankings. But I mean, this is the sort of match you'd expect. Nice work from Hardik. Hardik, he can't be allowed to run into the circle again. He is, and again, Hardik's still there. Another save from Payne. It's in front of the goal, and then it's wide. How many times can England allow Hardik? And I think it's Rashmi. Yeah, Rashmi has picked up a stick to the face. He's picked up a cut. And this looks pretty bad. But how many times can England allow Hardik to run to the top of the circle?
Well, I think if you look at it, this is the strikers pulling to the baseline, which create the space. And Hardik gets that ball. He gets a second bite of the cherry. Third one is Akashdeep alone.
Yeah, and this is where the stick goes to the face there.
But it was not intentional. It was basically a goal-bound shot. He's trying to score a goal, and the follow-through hits him on the face.
So let's hope Stuart Rashmi is okay. And, a little bit of claret coming from the left cheek. Looks of things, looking down from our commentary box here as he walks off. So the restart. Here is Condon. England down this right-hand side. Here's a chance for Ward. Ward with the finish. No, he's pulled it wide. What a chance that is for Sam Ward. He was one-on-one with the keeper. Srijesh goes down and Ward drags it wide.
But you must understand what the Srijesh do. He closed them down. When he closed them down, he made Sam hurry his shot. And that's exactly what happens. It's a question of closing down a player, putting him under pressure. And you look at Sam Ward, he's cursing himself for missing that goal. But I think it was Srijesh closing him down quick, which put the pressure on Sam.
Well, that is a golden opportunity. It really is. I mean, they don't come much better than that.
Very, very true. I think it was a fantastic move by England. Got a lovely ball into space in the circle.
Kalman. Support outside him. It's Condon's. Kalman and Condon is having a little disagreement. And Callum's expecting Condon to cut inside.
Well, that's good because they're talking about getting better and finding the communication channels getting better. If they miss the opportunity to that, they're talking about how not to make the same mistakes again.
Into the circle, here's a chance, it's wide and Payne will come. Is that out of play? It is out of play. And that's at 16.
When you look at the place that ball in, it's deflected off Mandeep for a Lalit tip-in who misses the ball completely.
The chances are coming, aren't they, Cedric?
Yeah, but the question is, the first touch receive, I keep saying it, is the most important thing. And Mandeep had just to hold that ball, hands lower.
Rivington just finding the time within the game for that man-to-man management.
He's a fabulous coach, an FIH coach of the former FIH coach of the year.
Barak's first touch lets them down inside the circle. And you can bring it away. Sorsby's going to get a card for that. Yeah, Tom Sorsby has picked up a green card. The England number 29 will have a 2-minute sit down. Well, Steve Rogers obviously feeling that he broke play.
में मनदीप टर्न किया, प्रयास लिया, ऑन टारगेट नहीं। सब कुछ कर दिया था मनदीप ने, सिर्फ प्रयास टारगेट पर नहीं आया भारत के सेंटर फॉरवर्ड का।
ये हो क्या रहा है, मनदीप ये मौके नहीं गवाते हैं और ये तो उनका मैं कहूँगा सबसे बढ़िया शॉट है।
एक बार फिर सर्कल पेनिट्रेशन की कोशिश थी इंग्लैंड की। डिफेंडिंग इस बार अच्छी वरुण कुमार की, अपने फॉरवर्ड के आगे आए मगर फिल रोपर ने सर्कल एंट्री कर ली है और उसके बाद हरमनप्रीत सिंह का बिल्कुल सटीक टैकल बेस लाइन पर, फाउल जीता भारत के लिए।
बहुत समय था पर उतनी चतुराई से वरुण ने उसको टैकल किया। अच्छा डिफेंस वरुण का, अपनी बॉडी को दूर रखा, स्टिक को स्ट्रेच करते हुए टैकल किया।
जी हाँ, वरुण कुमार थे वहाँ पर, हरमनप्रीत सिंह उनके पीछे थे। सुरेंद्र कुमार, हार्दिक सोचा एक पल के लिए कि उस राइट फ्लैंक पर एरियल दागा जाए 30 मीटर का, सिंपल पास निकाला। उसके बाद सुरेंद्र के लिए हार्दिक ने, विवेक, मनप्रीत सिंह 2 मिनट से मैं देख रहा हूँ साइड लाइन पर खड़े हैं अपने रोटेशन के लिए मगर मौका ही नहीं मिल रहा। अक्सर गेम में वो रुकावट नहीं आती है जब रोटेशन कर सकते हो आप। मनदीप का पास, लियम सैनफोर्ड पोजीशन गंवाया है। सैनफोर्ड ने लॉन्ग कॉर्नर भारत के लिए, अच्छा क्वार्टर रहा है भारत के लिए। ये
बहुत ही कलात्मक हॉकी देखने को मिल रही है, पूरी स्किल्स का फायदा उठाती है भारतीय टीम और हरमनप्रीत फिर अपना फेवरेट शॉट लगाते हुए। और मनदीप, इसमें चतुराई ये थी मनदीप की, खूबी इस बात की रही कि उन्होंने आकाशदीप को पहले देख लिया था सर्कल में और उसी हिसाब से पैरों के बीच में से बॉल उन्होंने लुढ़काई थी।
एरियल आया है मगर फाउल मिलेगा यहाँ पर इंग्लैंड को। मनप्रीत मेरे ख्याल से हार्दिक के लिए आने वाले हैं रोटेशन पर और अब तक हार्दिक बने हुए हैं मुकाबले में। बॉलर लेना चाहते थे फाउल को मगर फाउल मिला है भारत को। हार्दिक को हिदायत दी गई है मार्सिन ग्रोशाल द्वारा कि डिफेंडर को दूर जाने दीजिए, उसके बाद स्टार्ट ले सकते हैं आप, जो किया है भारत ने अभी। सुरेंद्र कुमार, आखिरी मिनट की ओर हम बढ़ते हुए इस तीसरे क्वार्टर में। अभिषेक की 3D स्किल देख लीजिए, साइड लाइन पर भारत के पास पोजीशन, हार्दिक पहुंचे हैं लेने। हरमनप्रीत सिंह, क्या स्लैप आएगा स्ट्राइकिंग सर्कल में? बिल्कुल आएगा। अब चांस है भारत के लिए, कटबैक किया है, गोल आया है मगर उसके पहले फाउल आ चुका है और भारत के पास कोई रेफरल नहीं है, तो मार्सिन घोषाल की सीटी जा चुकी है। इंग्लैंड के पास फाउल है, गोल नहीं माना जाएगा।
तीसरा क्वार्टर तो तकरीबन भारत ने शायद ही कोई ऐसा पल है जब खतरा नहीं बनाया है। आकाशदीप ने समय लिया, यही बहुत अच्छा किया आकाशदीप ने, क्योंकि उस जगह से वो गोल तो नहीं कर सकते थे, पर उस थोड़े से विलंब की वजह से बाकी खिलाड़ी जो लाल जर्सियां थी उन्होंने उस नीली जर्सियों पर घेरा बना लिया और एक बहुत अच्छा अवसर भारतीय उनसे जाता रहा। पर बेहतरीन हॉकी ज़िंदार, सही मायने में देखें कंप्लीट डोमिनेंस नजर आ रही है भारतीय टीम की।
तीसरा क्वार्टर बस खत्म होने को ही है और मनप्रीत सिंह 5 मिनट उन्होंने साइडलाइन पर बिताए हैं, गिव अप कर दिया है उन्होंने। शायद इस चौथे क्वार्टर को पूरा खेलना पड़े मनप्रीत सिंह को। तीसरा क्वार्टर समाप्त हो चुका है, भारत 0 इंग्लैंड 0। एक बार फिर दोनों ही टीमों को मौके मिले, 1-on-1 मौके भी मिले, मगर दोनों टीमें उन मौकों को भुना नहीं पाई। इंग्लैंड 0 इंडिया 0। तीसरा क्वार्टर हो चुका है समाप्त, एक क्वार्टर की हॉकी बाकी।
Hello, I'm Freddy Janwala. How are you? एक जोक सुनो। Who's the mother of अगरबत्ती? मोमबत्ती। I love you.
Freddy, streaming now, सिर्फ Disney Plus Hotstar पर।
मैंने इसको 3 साल पहले पकड़ा था, तब शर्म आई थी खुद पे। इस लड़के को क्यों पकड़ा? आज शर्म आती है ये सोच के कि जब हाथ आ ही गया था तो इसको मार क्यों नहीं दिया।
Hotstar Specials presents Arya Par, now streaming, सिर्फ Disney Plus Hotstar पर।
Nerves are still required, cool heads in this moment now, 15 to go.
Well, you know, when you have those kind of opportunities, yes, and they haven't been converted, like England has missed 7 penalty corners, you know, the situation is which one's going to crack?
Well, Graham Reid said he wanted his side to be tight in defence. They haven't had a penalty corner, have they, England, in this quarter?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think India, there's no penalty corners.
No
so
penalty corners
both
at all.
defences have stepped up in that respect.
I think what Graham also wanted them to do was to...
Final quarter underway. England 0, India 0. Is there going to be a winner here?
But to take off where I was just talking, the fact is that he needs them to track the ball, track the player all the time, wherever the ball is, put pressure on the player with the ball.
Get a counter, and leave that. Harmanpreet. Nilam out to the left-hand side. Nilam once more. Coming forward.
बहुत अच्छा हमें ओवरलैपिंग देखने को मिली है डिफेंडर्स द्वारा।
बेहतरीन टीम डिफेंस भारत का। सुरेंद्र कुमार ने रीटैकल किया, बॉल को जीता। हरमनप्रीत सिंह फॉरवर्ड पास की कोशिश, जरूर सैम वॉर्ड के शरीर से टकराई है बॉल। श्रीजेश इस आखिरी क्वार्टर में मौजूद नहीं। रोटेशन पॉलिसी भारत की बनी हुई है, जिसका मतलब है कृष्ण पाठक फिनिश करेंगे इस मुकाबले को। हरमनप्रीत सिंह, क्या स्विच है हरमनप्रीत का। सुरेंद्र कुमार का कंट्रोल उतना ही अच्छा। सर्किल एंट्री भारत की, प्रयास, आखिरी टच इंग्लैंड के डिफेंडर का। लॉन्ग कॉर्नर भारत के लिए। क्या शुरुआत है भारत की, सकारात्मक। नीलम संजीव खेस, एक और सर्किल एंट्री भारत के लिए। एक और प्रयास भारत का। ओली पेन का एक और बचाव। विवेक सागर, भारत का हर खिलाड़ी इंग्लैंड के हाफ में। हरमनप्रीत सिंह, सर्किल एंट्री हरमनप्रीत सिंह की। पेनल्टी कॉर्नर की है मांग, मगर इंग्लैंड ने सफाई से डिफेंड किया है। एनीवे विल डू। सैम वॉर्ड क्लियर कर दिया उन्होंने बॉल को।
बहुत ही अच्छा पास था, इतना अच्छा एरियल पास वरुण के लिए, सुरेंद्र के लिए, और सुरेंद्र ने उतनी ही चतुराई से अभिषेक के लिए पास को आगे किया। अभिषेक ने जगह दी उसको, इस वजह से सुरेंद्र उस पास को ले सके। हालांकि अभिषेक का मानना यह था कि वो पैर में उनके बॉल लगी है, पेनल्टी कॉर्नर हो सकता है, पर क्योंकि वीडियो रेफरल नहीं है भारत के पास, और ओवरऑल बेहतरीन तालमेल 6 पासेस के साथ भारतीय टीम इस कामयाबी को हासिल करती हुई।
अच्छा इंटरसेप्शन था वहाँ पर निक पाक का, क्योंकि बेसलाइन पर भारतीय खिलाड़ी मौजूद थे, जर्मनप्रीत सिंह। डबल टीम भारत की आती हुई, विवेक और जर्मनप्रीत, जैक वॉलिस। आखिरकार इंग्लैंड अपने लाइंस को क्लियर कर सकती है। अच्छी शुरुआत भारत की इस चौथे क्वार्टर की, मौके भी बनाए और दबाव भी डाला इंग्लैंड पर। निकलिस पाक, निक पाक, कोई विसल नहीं है। अभिषेक ने चतुराई से बॉल को उठाया है और जैक वॉलिस चोटिल नजर आ रहे हैं वहां पर, शायद इलाज की जरूरत होगी। स्टुअर्ट रश में गेम को छोड़ चुके हैं, वापस नहीं दिखाई दिए हैं फील्ड पर। जैक वॉलिस एक अहम कड़ी है इस इंग्लिश रोस्टर में, इस मिडफील्ड में।
अभिषेक उनके पैर में से बॉल निकालना चाहते थे और उसके बाद अनइंटेंशनल था, जब अभिषेक उनको पीछे की तरफ से अपनी आगे भागकर निकलना चाहते थे, पर उस वजह से पैर लग गए। पर अच्छी बात यह है कि ज़्यादा चोट नहीं है।
जी हाँ, बने हुए अब भी पिच पर जैक वॉलिस। सैनफोर्ड स्विच किया है प्ले को, सैनफोर्ड ने जेम्स ऑलबरी, वॉलर, अच्छा फॉरवर्ड पास वॉलर का, और एंसल फाउल जीता है। नंबर्स में डिफेंड करना होगा भारत को, स्ट्राइकिंग सर्कल को पैक करना होगा। डेविड एम्स, लिम एंसल, हरमनप्रीत सिंह, कूल एज यू लाइक। अटैक का मौका है, ललित चेस कर रहे हैं बॉल को, कोई गलती यहाँ नहीं हो सकती। ललित, अब भी ललित अच्छे तरीके से जेम्स ऑलबरी को बॉक्सिंग किया ललित ने। बदकिस्मती भारत की, पोजेशन इंग्लैंड के पास। ऑलबरी, सैनफोर्ड, फुल प्रेस फिलहाल नहीं भारत का, 65 प्रेस के साथ भारत खेल रही है, जिसका मतलब है थोड़ा सा विड्रॉन, फुल प्रेस से थोड़ा सा पीछे भारतीय फॉरवर्ड लाइन। वॉलिस, आसान इंटरसेप्शन। हरमनप्रीत, जितनी तारीफ की जाए उतनी कम। आकाशदीप के पास जगह देखिए, बैकहैंड पास से स्विच किया है प्ले को। मनप्रीत सिंह के पास जगह देखिए, फॉरवर्ड पास, ललित उपाध्याय, सर्किल एंट्री, पैर ढूंढने की कोशिश थी। अच्छी डिफेंडिंग इंग्लैंड की।
नहीं, बॉल पर पूरी तरह से नहीं थे ललित उपाध्याय, इतना अच्छा बॉल इंटरसेप्शन के बाद उतना ही अच्छा ये मूव था, और आकाशदीप का ये पास पूरी तरह से डिफेंस को आप कहिए कि वहीं खड़ा रखा उन्होंने। ललित उपाध्याय जब सर्कल में जाते हैं तो बॉल के साथ स्टिक चिपकी होनी चाहिए, तभी उसका इफेक्ट मिलता है, तभी उसके परिणाम मिलते हैं।
समय बीता जा रहा है जगबीर, और उस एक गोल जिसकी हमने बात की थी, समय जितना कम रह जाएगा उस एक गोल का जो मूल है, जो वैल्यू है, उतना बढ़ते चले जाएगा।
3 पॉइंट, एक गोल 3 पॉइंट की वैल्यू है, और उन 3 पॉइंट की वैल्यू अंत में पता चलती है।
ये है अटैक्स इंडिया के, ज्यादातर इंडिया ने लेफ्ट फ्लैंक से अटैक किया है। शमशेर सिंह एरियल के साथ, शमशेर ढूंढने की कोशिश है हार्दिक को, हार्दिक पोजीशन में पहले थे, इसीलिए पोजीशन मिलेगा भारत को।
ये पेनल्टी कॉर्नर भी दिया जा सकता था, अगर आप देखें, बिल्कुल बहुत इंटेंशनल था, भाग्यशाली रहा इंग्लैंड।
विवेक, जर्मन, पेशेंट भारत, नीलकंठा शर्मा, क्या आखिरी टच इंग्लैंड के सैनफोर्ड का है? जी नहीं, पॉल रेविंगटन चिंतित होना भी चाहिए, क्योंकि जैसे कि हमने कहा, वक्त जैसे बीता चले जाएगा गेम उतना टाइट होगा, और उस एक गोल अगर कोई टीम कर देती है तो शायद मैच विनिंग गोल हो सकता है। ये है पोजेशन के आंकड़े, इस चौथे क्वार्टर में 70% से ज्यादा बॉल रहा है भारत के पास। कार्ड आया है यहां पर अमित रोहिदास के लिए, कोई आवश्यकता नहीं थी वहां पर, और ये महंगा पड़ सकता है भारत के लिए। हर भारतीय प्लेयर को अब बढ़कर डिफेंड करना होगा, नंबर्स में डिफेंड करना होगा।
और जिस चीज का डर था वही होता हुआ, खास करके चौथे क्वार्टर में। कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स में भली भांति मालूम है हमें, अच्छी खासी लीड बनाई हुई थी भारतीय टीम ने, 3-1 से बढ़त बनाई हुई थी तीसरे क्वार्टर तक। और चौथे क्वार्टर में जैसे ही 2 पीले कार्ड हुए उसके बाद खेल बिल्कुल बदल गया। 4-4 की बराबरी कर ली थी इंग्लैंड ने।
वॉलर, सैनफोर्ड, अच्छा स्विच सैनफोर्ड का। बेसलाइन पर इंग्लैंड के प्लेयर्स मौजूद। गुडफील्ड, गुडफील्ड एक बार फिर। गुडफील्ड, सर्कल एंट्री आ चुकी है यहाँ पर। जर्मनप्रीत को बच के रहना होगा। विवेक सागर क्लियर नहीं कर पाए। आखिरी क्लियरेंस अब भारत की आ सकती है। जैक वॉलर रिव्यू मांगते हुए, मगर अंपायर ने उनसे कहा है बहुत देर हो चुकी है। जी हाँ, और बहुत देर हो चुकी थी। आपको जल्द से जल्द उस रिव्यू को मांगना होगा। अमित रोहिदास, ग्रीन कार्ड दिखाया गया है उन्हें, जिसके चलते भारत एक प्लेयर कम अपफील्ड पर। विवेक, मनदीप ढूंढा है विवेक को। तालमेल अच्छा दोनों खिलाड़ियों के बीच। डेंजरस करार दिया गया वो।
ये बॉल को बहुत अच्छे स्किल्स द्वारा पास किया, बॉल को उठाकर पास किया था। उनका ये मांगना था कि फॉलो थ्रू में जिस तरह से उन्होंने किया है विवेक ने, वो डेंजरस उन्होंने माना था। पर मैं नहीं लगता हूँ यहाँ पर कहीं भी स्टिक टकराई थी या कुछ ऐसा इंटेंशनल नजर आया है।
हरमनप्रीत सिंह खुश नहीं उस नतीजे के साथ। फोकस नहीं गवा सकते भारतीय खिलाड़ी। जैक वॉलिस स्प्रेड किया है बॉल को वॉलर के लिए। वॉलर, अब भी इंग्लैंड एरियल आया है बॉक्स के अंदर। बिल्कुल ध्यान देना होगा भारतीय खिलाड़ियों को, स्विच ऑफ नहीं कर सकते। हार्दिक, लो डिफेंडिंग भारतीय खिलाड़ियों द्वारा। बहुत बड़ा मौका जैक वॉलिस के लिए, और सिर्फ लॉन्ग कॉर्नर। यही होता है जब कार्ड लेकर कोई खिलाड़ी बाहर जाता है। इस बड़े मुकाबले में, महत्वपूर्ण मुकाबले में दब जाती है पूरे तरीके से एक टीम, और वो फिलहाल इस वक्त भारतीय टीम है।
बहुत क्रूशियल समय है ये 5 मिनट का, क्योंकि इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा समय नहीं मिलता है। यदि एक भी गोल कंसीड कर जाते हैं और उससे वापस आना, उससे उभर के आना टीम का मनोबल भी तोड़ता है।
जो ग्रीन कार्ड था उसका समय समाप्त हो चुका है। अब पूरे कोटे पर खेल रही है भारतीय टीम 11 प्लेयर के साथ। तो अब डिफेंसिव लाइंस को आगे पुशअप करना होगा। इतने लो ब्लॉक के साथ नहीं खेल सकती है भारतीय टीम। अटैक पर जाने का मौका है। जर्मनप्रीत सिंह है सबसे एडवांस प्लेयर भारत के। बॉल जल्दी निकालना चाहते थे। पोजेशन अब भी भारतीय प्लेयर्स के पास। कॉन्डोन, तारीफ करनी होगी कॉन्डोन की। हार्दिक सिंह है शायद वहां पर। जगबीर, जी हाँ, तो चोटिल हुए हैं। इलाज की जरूरत हार्दिक को। 5 मिनट 6 सेकंड रह गए हैं। बहुत ही करीबी मुकाबला, टाइट मुकाबला चल रहा है यहाँ पर इंग्लैंड और इंडिया के बीच।
जर्मनप्रीत को ये आती हुई बॉल को पास देने का उनका विचार ठीक था और उनकी योजना भी ठीक थी, क्योंकि अगर उसी ऑन द रन ये बॉल रिसीव हो जाती तो बहुत ही अच्छा अटैक बन सकता था। और डाइविंग टैकल द्वारा इस खतरे को टाला। यहाँ चिंता का विषय ये है कि हार्दिक को ज्यादा चोट नहीं आनी होनी चाहिए।
क्या नज़ारा है, क्या पल है, क्या मौका है। बिरसा मुंडा इंटरनेशनल हॉकी स्टेडियम में दूसरी बार भारतीय मेंस नेशनल टीम खेल रही है। यकीन मानिए आखिरी बार नहीं होगा। गोल्स देखने आए थे, मगर चिंता इन समर्थकों के चेहरों पर। जानते हैं कि ज़्यादा समय नहीं है क्लॉक पर। गेम शुरू होगा इंग्लैंड के पोजेशन के साथ। डेविड एम्स, एक हायर प्रेस आ रहा है भारत द्वारा। अभिषेक और ललित जीत लिया है बॉल भारतीय प्रेस ने, मगर टर्नओवर आया है। जर्मन इनसाइड पास है, जर्मन के पास ढूंढा है उस इनसाइड पास को। नीलकंठा शर्मा थे इनसाइड पास पर। विवेक सागर, काबिलियत से बॉल रखा है विवेक सागर ने। सुरेंद्र कुमार डाउन द लाइन पास सुरेंद्र कुमार का, ललित आसानी से छकाया अपने डिफेंडर को। ललित ने क्विक स्टार्ट के साथ ललित फिर से लेना होगा। विवेक सागर पूरा समय लेंगे। अब दबाव भारत का 4.5 मिनट का समय। मनप्रीत सबसे डीप खिलाड़ी, मनप्रीत बैक पास उनका, वरुण मनप्रीत के लिए, मनप्रीत बॉल को लेकर आगे बढ़ते हुए, सैम वॉर्ड है उनके साथ। लॉन्ग कॉर्नर भारत को। यह है हार्दिक जिन्हें इलाज की ज़रूरत है, महत्वपूर्ण खिलाड़ी है आज मिडफील्ड में। क्या योगदान रहा है हार्दिक का। उम्मीद है कि इंजरी बहुत गंभीर नहीं है।
दोनों ही मिडफील्ड में अगर हम देखें, मनप्रीत का भी उतना ही योगदान। मनप्रीत ने जिस तरह से न केवल डिफेंड किया और आक्रमण पंक्ति में भी काफी प्रभावशाली रहे।
सुरेंद्र कुमार क्रॉस करना चाहते थे, सुरेंद्र कुमार, जैक वॉलिस, अच्छी मैन मार्किंग उनकी, जैक वॉलिस की। जैक वॉलिस की स्किल्स देख लीजिए आप, मगर यहाँ थोड़ी सी आलोचना करनी होगी। एक और ग्रीन कार्ड जर्मनप्रीत को मिला है, तो जो समय रह गया है यहाँ पर, शायद भारत को पूरा समय एक प्लेयर कम के साथ ही खेलना होगा। 2 मिनट का ग्रीन कार्ड है। मनप्रीत सिंह, अब मुश्किल है, अब बहुत मुश्किल है, एक प्लेयर कम के साथ अब भारत।
3D स्किल्स जब कोई खिलाड़ी इस्तेमाल करता है उसमें बड़ी मुश्किल हो जाती है डिफेंडर के लिए। ये बॉल को उन्होंने अपनी स्टिक पे लिया और उसके साथ साथ उछालते हुए आगे की तरफ निकले।
मेरी आलोचना ये थी जगबीर कि विवेक सागर प्रसाद ने यही 3D स्किल्स की कोशिश की थी, रेस्ड बॉल दिया गया था उनके खिलाफ। जैक वॉलिस ने बॉल को डिफेंडर के ऊपर उछाल दिया मगर कोई फाउल नहीं आया। इंटरप्रिटेशन में थोड़ा सा फासला यहाँ पर दोनों अंपायर्स के बीच।
कहते हैं ना, अंपायर का निर्णय आखिरी फैसला है और इसीलिए अंपायर को सर्व माना जाता है, सर्व सम्मान दिया जाता है।
बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने, आखिरी फैसला अंपायर का ही होता है और किसी भी हॉकी प्लेयर को जो पहला रूल बताया जाता है वो ये है, प्ले टू द विसल। जैक वॉलिस, वॉलर के लिए सर्कल पेनिट्रेशन आया है इंग्लैंड का। डीप डिफेंडिंग सटीक होनी पड़ेगी भारत की, सिर्फ लॉन्ग कॉर्नर। वॉलर पेनल्टी कॉर्नर की मांग कर रहे हैं, कहना होगा ऐसा तो कुछ लगा नहीं जगबीर। क्या ये कह रहे हैं वॉलर कि डिलिबरेटली प्लेड ओवर द लाइन?
ये एक बहुत ही कंफ्यूजिंग डिसीजन हो जाता है। बड़ी सिचुएशन ऐसी हो जाती है, ऑकवर्ड हो जाती है एम्पायर के लिए। डिफेंडर के पास ऑप्शन क्या है? अगर डिफेंडर के ऊपर सीधी तरह से बॉल उनकी स्टिक पर फेंकी जाए या लगाई जाए तो उस बॉल को वो सिर्फ रोकेगा। यही सुरेंद्र ने भी किया है। अब इस दिशा से हम देख सकते हैं,
देखिए ये वॉलर के पास था वो बॉल। ये तो कैसे आप डिलिबरेट कह सकते हैं? एक हॉकी के मुकाबले में कई बार ऐसा पल आता है जहां डिफेंडर के स्टिक को लग के बॉल बिना डिलिबरेट बेस लाइन को पार कर जाती है और इसीलिए यही अंपायर ने भी कहा था कि मेरे लिए तो डिलिबरेट नहीं है, सिर्फ लॉन्ग कॉर्नर। यहाँ तो कहीं भी कोई फाउल नहीं हुआ है और इसकी मांग कर रहे हैं।
अब बॉल उसकी रीच से बाहर है, नीलम की बॉल उसकी रीच से बाहर है और उसने बजाय रिवर्स से रोकने के अपने फ्लैट स्टिक को बाएं पैर की तरफ ओवर एक्सटेंड किया है।
पैर नहीं है नीलम संजीव खेस के, बिल्कुल स्टिक को लगकर बॉल बाहर गई है। नतीजा आता हुआ डेस्परेट रेफरल था जगबीर और नहीं दिया गया है क्योंकि था ही नहीं पेनल्टी कॉर्नर। पोजेशन रहेगा इंग्लैंड के पास, भारत स्विच ऑफ नहीं कर सकता। एक प्लेयर अब भी कम से खेलता हुआ भारत, जर्मनप्रीत का ग्रीन कार्ड अब भी एक्टिव। डेविड एम्स, गुडफील्ड, डेविड एम्स, सैनफोर्ड। 2 मिनट रह गए हैं बस इस मुकाबले में। डेविड एम्स सैनफोर्ड के लिए, सैनफोर्ड स्विच किया है वॉलर के लिए। विवेक का टैकल जरूर आया है मगर रेस्ड बॉल। जैक वॉलिस कटिंग किया है, सर्कल एंट्री इंग्लैंड के लिए और भारत अब राहत की सांस आखिरकार ले सकती है।
इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है कि आज भारत ने जितनी बेहतर डिफेंस की है उतने ही अच्छे आक्रमण किए हैं। एक बेहतरीन टीम का प्रमाण दिया है भारतीय टीम ने। तालमेल कहो या टर्नओवर्स या इंटरसेप्शंस कहो, काउंटर मूव्स कहो, बस जो नहीं मिला इस टीम में गोल मैच में अब तक, वो है एक गोल।
हरमनप्रीत सिंह आगे गए हैं, जिसका साफ मतलब होता है कि उनकी पोजीशन ली है मनप्रीत ने एज लास्ट डिफेंडर। बेसलाइन के बाहर शायद पास बेहतर होना चाहिए था और सटीक होना चाहिए था नहीं। सुखजीत टकराए वहां पर गुडफील्ड से और गुडफील्ड चोटिल। क्लॉक को रोका गया है, मुकाबले को रोका गया है, 1 मिनट 10 सेकंड रह गए हैं। गुडफील्ड, कुछ समय लगेगा। रश्मेयर इंजर्ड हुए थे पहले, लौटे नहीं है मुकाबले में। जैक वॉलिस लगा एक पल के लिए कि शायद वो भी चोटिल हुए हैं, इलाज की उन्हें ज़रूरत है, मगर वो बने हुए हैं। गुडफील्ड भी कोई असुविधा अब महसूस नहीं कर रहे हैं। डेविड एम्स, भारत का फुल प्रेस ललित के साथ, लेफ्ट पॉकेट पे बॉल इंग्लैंड के पास। रेस्ड बॉल, मनप्रीत के चेहरे पर बॉल लगी है। ठीक है, मनप्रीत सिंह
बड़ा मजबूत खिलाड़ी है ये, लोहे का बना है यही सही मायने में। ये बॉल देखो सीधे डिफ्लेक्ट होकर उसके मुंह पर, अच्छी खासी स्पीड थी बॉल में।
पोजेशन है, हरमनप्रीत सिंह ने बॉल को बढ़ाया है सुरेंद्र के लिए। सुरेंद्र का कंट्रोल बहुत अच्छा। सर्किल एंट्री आ चुकी है भारत के लिए। मनदीप बेस लाइन पर, पेनल्टी कॉर्नर नहीं बना पाए और फिजिकल ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन के लिए आखिरी मिनट में पोजेशन रहेगा इंग्लैंड के पास। डेविड एम्स, निक पार्क, लियम मैंसेल बॉल को छोड़ा है। लियम मैंसेल ने निक पार्क के लिए एरियल आया है। निक पार्क का डबल टीम, सिर्फ फाउल है। फिल रोपर, जैक वॉलिस बॉल को निकालिए, पेनल्टी कॉर्नर। 20 सेकंड से कम का समय और पेनल्टी कॉर्नर मिला है इंग्लैंड को और रेफरल नहीं है भारत के पास।
बॉल इंटरसेप्ट तो सही हुई थी और उसके बाद क्लियर करते समय एक बार फिर दूसरे एंगल से देखना होगा कि ये फाउल किस चीज का मांगा है, पेनल्टी कॉर्नर्स की मांग किस बात पर है।
पॉल ग्रेविंगटन आदेश देते हुए, निक बैंडुराक मौजूद है, लियम मैंसेल मौजूद है, इंग्लैंड के दोनों सर्वश्रेष्ठ ड्रैग फ्लिकर्स मौजूद है। अमित रोहिदास की रश है, पोस्ट को लगकर बॉल शायद बाहर आई है। अटैक अब भी जारी। 10 सेकंड से कम का समय, भारत को डिफेंड करना होगा। अब भी समय है क्लॉक पर। हूटर जा चुका है, पेनल्टी कॉर्नर नहीं है, तो शायद अगर हूटर जा चुका है तो गेम समाप्त हो जाना चाहिए। जी हां, समाप्त हो चुका है ये बेहद रोमांचक दिलचस्प मुकाबला। शायद इससे एंटरटेनिंग 0-0 ड्रॉ इस साल आप नहीं देखेंगे। एक महत्वपूर्ण मुकाबला भारत और इंग्लैंड के बीच गोललेस समाप्त हुआ है। एक ऐसा दृश्य जो हमने देखा नहीं है।
सही कहा आपने, सिद्धार्थ। इस बॉल को फिर देखते हैं। भाग्यशाली रहा भारत, इस बार बीट करने में कामयाब हो गए थे, गोल पोस्ट से नहीं। ये ऐसा लग रहा है यहाँ से सुरेंद्र की स्टिक से लगने के बाद पोस्ट पर लगी है, शायद दूसरे एंगल से बेहतर देख सकेंगे हम, पर सुरेंद्र दीवार की तरह वहां खड़े रहे, मजबूत रहे और भारत को बचाने में कामयाब।
फुल टाइम पर इंग्लैंड 0 भारत 0, कोई गोल इस मुकाबले में नहीं। 1-1 पॉइंट्स लेंगे दोनों टीमें।
अहमियत इस बात की नहीं कि आप किन बुलंदियों पर है, बल्कि इस बात की है कि यहां पहुंचने का हौसला किससे मिला। देश की मिट्टी से। कजारिया देश की मिट्टी से बनी टाइल से देश को बनाते हैं।
I need to know if Wakande Chanala
or an enemy.
You can come and find out.
पहले बेल पे उठने का।
पहले बेल पे कैसे उठूं?
जैसे पहले लाट उठता है तू।
तो हम लोग कोरियोग्राफी, जैज, सालसा, हिप हॉप, लॉकिंग, पॉपिंग सब कुछ करते हैं सर।
क्या मेनू है? खाने का है क्या? हाँ? मेरे को डाइवोर्स चाहिए।
2 करोड़ दे, डाइवोर्स ले। हाँ?
गोविंदा, बंगले पे कुछ हुआ क्या?
मेरे को लगता है मर्डर हुआ है, मर्डर।
उस साले जानवर को रोकना पड़ेगा।
ऐसे नहीं जानवर जंगल से बाहर आ जाते। अगर अपनी पे आ जाए तो ना इंसान रुकता है ना जानवर, और ये तो दोनों है।
हॉटस्टार स्पेशल्स प्रेजेंट्स आर्या पार, सिर्फ डिज्नी प्लस हॉटस्टार पर।
Our movie Butterfly is streaming in Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam and Kannada.
Do watch it only on Disney Plus Hotstar.
बिरसा मुंडा इंटरनेशनल हॉकी स्टेडियम से खबर ये है कि ग्रुप डी का ये महत्वपूर्ण मुकाबला गोललेस समाप्त हुआ है। बहुत मुकाबलों बाद, बहुत समय बाद इंग्लैंड और इंडिया के बीच एक मुकाबला 0-0 पर समाप्त हुआ है। फुल टाइम पर आंकड़े कुछ इस तरीके से है। शॉट्स ऑन गोल तकरीबन बराबर, भारत का एक ज़्यादा, सर्किल पेनिट्रेशन भारत के ज़्यादा, पेनल्टी कॉर्नर्स इंग्लैंड ने ज़्यादा बनाए, अनुशासन थोड़ी सी कमी थी भारत की, 2 कार्ड उन्होंने लिए, इंग्लैंड को भी एक कार्ड मिला है। माइकल एप्सलॉम है तैयार मैच प्रेजेंटेशन के साथ, आइए चलते हैं उनके पास।
Namaskar, Raukela. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to the post-match presentation ceremony of the FIH Odisha Hockey Men's World Cup 2023 from Bhubaneswar and Raukela. And this match between England and India. First of all, we would like to welcome our dignitary, Sri Tayyab Ikram, the president of FIH, and Sri Bhupendra Singh Punia, IAS, managing director of ITCO. And now I would like to request Sri Tayyab Ikram to present the memento on behalf of the FIH and Hockey India to Sri Bhupendra Singh Punia in recognition for his exemplary services and timely construction of this fabulous 21,000-seater stadium, the Birsa Munda Hockey Stadium. Thank you all on behalf hard work and for putting on such a fabulous event, and what an incredible venue. The FIH and Hockey India would also like to thank and take the opportunity to thank their partners, the event presenting partner, Odisha, host partner, Odisha Mining Corporation, FIH Global Leadership Partner, Hero Motocorp, FIH Global Partners, Odisha, India's Best Kept Secret, JSW, Watch.Hockey and FIH Hockey Manager. Official partners, Rungta Sons Private Limited and Tata Steel. FIH Global Suppliers, Dream 11, Osaka and Politan. And our official suppliers.